How come no one ever talks about the creepy things that go on during set while filming these horror movies and horror shows? Let's talk about it. Now, a lot of my content is based on American Horror Story, but I just really had to talk about this because I have been talking about Papa Legba. And no, this is not what Papa Legba looks like, but this is how they portrayed him on the show. Now, Gabourey Sidibe, excuse me if I said her name wrong, but she was the Black Witch on American Horror Story. Her power was basically, she was a human voodoo doll. On one of the scenes, she was working at this fast food restaurant, and one of the customers made her mad, so she put her hands in frying grease, and the man's whole arm just burnt up, and her arm was perfectly fine. Now, on the show, a lot of things was going on during film, and she soon talked about how frightened she was while filming this show. She stated that one time her and her makeup artist was doing hair and makeup in their trailer, and it sounded like they just heard a bunch of like weird scratching noises, like somebody was trying to claw their way in to the trailer. Now, like, she was so scared that she even shouted like, pray, like, you need to pray, like, to her makeup artist. Like, what? Now, all of this paranormal stuff started happening to her right after she did the Latin chant to summon Papa Legba. And yes, they used a real live chant on the show. Like, I'm sure they do their research and they actually find this stuff out, because I mean, the show is based off real history. But all this crazy stuff started happening to her soon after she did the chant. She even mentioned how it was a light fixture that was like flickering, like it'll go on and off, and it was nobody doing it. Like, right after the scene where they had did the chant, all this creepy stuff started happening. She even stated how whenever they was doing a chant after she was laying down, she could not get up. She could not move. Like, she was basically paralyzed. She could not move. And this was right after she did the chant. She even stated how she even felt like a finger was going on her chin, moving up to her lip, and it just felt like the hand was getting bigger and bigger. Now, this is nothing compared to what happened next. So, next day they're doing, a different scene, and they had to do the Latin chant once again. Why does the same light fixture that's been flickering and shaking crash down to the ground, y'all? I'm talking about just exploded. So I guess that's when, production's like, okay, this is a wrap. This is enough. You need to go home. We're going to send you to the hospital. So she refused to go to the hospital. She, got somebody to go over to her house, and she got her friend to come over, and she told her friend to pray for her. So she did, and she said right after her friend did this Catholic prayer, all of the creepy stuff stopped. This is crazy, y'all. Like, nobody ever talks about it. And then again, on the movie The Poltergeist, I was reading up how basically everybody on the cast, 4 of them died. I'm not like of old age. They died like at young ages, right after like the show, back to back. And a lot of people says that they think that movie is cursed, because like, what are the odds? But yeah, they don't talk about this creepy stuff that happened enough. But when I tell you, she was freaked out the whole show, and she was not having it.